Well, I didn't think I would get to test one of these. So, yeah, I'm at my nanny's house, and so this is their old vacuum. I cleaned it up. I didn't clean it up just yet, but more videos are coming on this guy because I'm actually gonna have this because this is a Eureka Rapid Clean Pro, and it's just not doing the job for them, and so they got this Dyson v10 Animal Plus. The Plus means it comes with the extra attachments. I don't have any of them shown here because the Eureka doesn't have any attachments, not that I know of. So just like a basic comparison. I know this is a random out of the blue video, but I do want just to make this video because this is some of the only times I get to use this Dyson because it's not mine, but I can use this guy. I'll have to clean the brush head out, it needs a proper cleaning. Works completely fine. Sounds like there might be something in there. Not sure. Yeah, they got this Dyson from Costco. Here's the bottom of the floor head. It's the older style motor bar head. That looks like it's to a V8. Got this from Costco, so they got them from Costco. So it's got the, I think, nylon and then the carbon fiber brushes. Very good agitation. Nice purple. Squeegee for good seal on hard floors. Or good seal really on any carpets. And then we've got, of course, the purple tube. Some of the newer, I don't know if it's newer or older, probably older, but they say Cyclone V10 on it. It's V10 Animal on there. It's an animal because it's purple right here. On the standard V10s, that's not an animal. It's gray here. It's like this color. But this one's an animal, so it's purple. Because it's an animal, it doesn't have the display on the back. It has the filter light, which if I open the filter and try to turn it on, show you this filter light. It says filter in 3 different languages to show that it needs to be installed. Got your clog indicator and battery indicators. 3 power modes. Like standard or eco, as Dyson would say it. Usually, I think this is like standard. On the ones with display, it's called auto, but and then it got boost. On the Eureka here, give this guy a little tour. Floor head, kind of already showed you the floor head, but I'll show it to you again. You got it's just a standard brush. It's actually very bad at tangling. It gets tangled very easily. Which is another reason why I'm getting rid of it, is this guy has anti-tangle veins. Big gates for better on bigger debris on hard floors. We got the strip of felt to prevent debris from scattering out the back on hard floors. This floor head does have LED headlights, and also it can't stand up on its own, but you can have the floor head kind of lock into this position, which is only minimally useful. Again, this is their old vacuum. This is their new one, so I'm gonna have Rapid Clean Pro. Of course, dustbin. Looks like they used their Dyson earlier while I was at school. It doesn't have HEPA filtration, but that's where both filters are on the Dyson. We got the washable pre-filter and the washable HEPA grade filter. Do note this is Dyson's lowest end filter, I believe. I think it's a similar filter that's on the V8s. I think it's their lowest end that they sell now. Of course, the Eureka has a filter right before the bin. It always sounds like that when you take it off, but that's because this is a spring-loaded little catch. Here's the Eureka's filter. Let's take this whole cyclone pack out. Here's its filter. Of course, dirty. Not HEPA grade. I saw that. I put it in the wrong way. There we go. That filter, and it also has a foam filter. You can see when at Eureka they just spray paint these. So it's even losing some paint. Yeah, they just spray paint these little pieces. So Eureka, aka the actual manufacturer of Eureka, is Medea. I know that because my previous Eureka product was a Eureka. It was a Eureka robot vacuum. It was the NER 300, so Groove. The Eureka Groove vacuum. Yeah, that thing. Ugh. I don't like the Eureka Groove robot vacuum. This is a Rapid Clean Pro stick vacuum, though, and it's a little bit better. Certainly not. It's better than the stick vacuum I have. 3 power modes, changeable by this button here. This is a light. This is not a light. Turn on. Actually, yeah, that is a light. No, neither of those are lights. Never mind. Battery indicators. And then that turns off for low, white for medium, and blue for high. And, yeah. In terms of how you empty the dustbin, you push this. If you want to remove the dustbin, you could also just take the vacuum, take the stick bit off, and just push this bit down, and then it opens the bin. On a Dyson, you have to remove the stick, and you push this all the way forward. And I've seen a video, actually, someone was they pushed this back on, but then they tried to put it on this way, and it messed up the seal down here. When you close this bit, you're supposed to then push it all the way up. You're not supposed to push it up with the release lever. I'm not going to open it because it has dirt in it right now. So, in terms of the batteries, actually, looks like this Eureka is compatible with a wall mount. Dyson is. There's a little ratings plate of the Eureka. Pause to read. And then ratings plate of the Dyson. Oops, don't want to remove the filter. There's Dyson's. You can also, I believe, with like separate tab that pops out when you push the bin out. You can also remove the bin from the vacuum itself. Of course, in terms of attachments, the Eureka Rapid Clean Pro, at least when they have the lower end version, which you would think the Rapid Clean Pro would be the higher end version, but it's not for some reason. It's like a lower end model that either a lower end model or the Eureka Rapid Clean Pro box just hides it better, but no attachments with it, just the stick and the floor head. I really think it did have attachments, and they accidentally flew it out, but I'm getting it only with the vacuum itself and the charger. This Dyson came with the 2-in-1 dusting brush and upholstery tool. The dusting brush itself, it comes with like 2 different dusting brushes because this is a Plus model. This is the Dyson v10 Animal Plus. Therefore, it has the spare parts. It has extra parts. It also has a anti-tangle corkscrew tool, crevice tool, dusting brush, of course the 2-in-1 combo brush, and the wall mount, and some, I think another tool I might be missing. But let's get to the demonstration. This is meant to be a kind of a short video. It's already 10 minutes long. So I'm going to test these both on all 3 of their power settings. Here's low on the Rapid Clean Pro. This is low. Very, very easy to push on carpets. Not much air coming out of the exhaust. It is picking some stuff up. Let's see. My nanny does have two dogs, and of course 3 ferrets. Ferrets aren't allowed back here though, and the dogs rarely come in here. This is Grayson's room, little 6-year-old. It's a bit messy, so sorry about that. You see those headlights? It is picking some stuff up, for sure. We'll see how much a Dyson gets. So that's low. Here's the standard or medium. This is the power mode that they usually use. Let's see, slightly better carpet lines. And then there's boost, which sounds almost like an actual vacuum. Not quite though. So overall, did a good job. I want to say good. I'm trying to be nice to Eureka because it is a good vacuum, but unlike the Eureka, you press the button. The Dyson requires you to hold the handle down or it will just have it off. So this is speed 1. You see some nice carpet lines there. I do find that the Dyson is a little bit heavier, but the shape of the cleaner head makes it a bit easier to handle. You see a good swivel. You see some dust. But remember, this is on its lowest suction. That's an Eco. That's Eco. This is standard. A bit more powerful there. A lot more power. But it's a medium power setting, so you get good, both of them. Good, the good of both worlds, good suction and good battery life. Though it does sound more like an actual vacuum now. And you're not going to get much battery life on boost. But it does sound like an actual upright vacuum on boost. Also noticeably gets harder to push. But Dysons they are known for their good suction. On the Eureka, when I use it on its normal suction. And on the Dyson, I usually use it on its lowest because it's nice and quiet. You can see there was not like all this fine dust you see in there. That wasn't there before. So the Dyson definitely got some stuff. Well, the Eureka did get a fair good clump. So honestly, I'm going to have to say even though could be hard to tell because of the amount of dirt in the bin, it could be that the Dyson could be the winner, which it probably is the winner. Of course, in terms of filtration, if you want a good filtrating robot or filtrating vacuum, you're gonna want the Dyson, because in terms of filter, it's got this, the pre-filter, which it's kind of, this is the outlet's worn. That's how you know it's a good vacuum. Somewhere down in there is where the air goes from the shroud, or this metal grate, into the cyclones, which the cyclones lead into the cylinder inside of that, I think. Then it goes into this filter, into the middle of this, and then it comes back there, and out the exhaust. You can hear family having some fun over there. Whereas the Eureka only has that one little filter in the foam. And yeah, of course, if you want maneuverability, you want probably the Dyson if you're talking about the floor head. But for like upright attachments, say, I don't know, I had a dusting brush, this can be a little hard to lug around, just like dusting like this, because the unit is a little bit more on the big side. Scared myself there a little. But if you can take into consideration the even though this didn't come with any parts, this guy it has a bigger handle, so you can hold it like this, more like that. I usually hold it like that. You can hold it many different ways because it's got a big handle, whereas the Dyson only has that little bit. There's a slightly smaller handle. Overall, though, I do recommend the Dyson over Eureka. If the Eureka was one of their more bigger uprights, then yeah, but Eureka's stick vacuums, not as much. But do enjoy, if you do decide to get Dyson, do look at their newer models. This is the V10, and it's one of their lower end models, of course signified by the motor bar brushed head instead of the digital motor bar with the gates. Also, there's an absolute version which comes with a different attachment set. Dyson makes a bunch of different sub-models for each of their Dysons. Again, this is the Dyson V10 Animal Plus. And so, yeah. This is like a little demo. You'll end up seeing what I call it in the... You'll see what I call it in the, words. You'll see what I call it in the title. That's what I was thinking about. Also, forgot to mention, if you guys have a Dyson and you want to get the brush roll out, just turn this. You see here, you turn it counterclockwise with a coin, and the brush will come out. Whereas with the Rapid Clean Pro, it has right here a little bit of tape right there. You just pull this out, and the brush kind of falls out. You can see, also show you. I'm gonna have to. Well, you already really saw it with the clear housing. This one's not so clear anymore. But I'll show you the brush action on both of these. Here it is on the Dyson. And then on the Eureka. Yeah, that's about it. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. I do have 240, I believe, after making this video, 242 subscribers. And I do want to say thank you to the guys and gals that have subbed on my channel. It is kind of hard to have lots of vacuums. Plus, I'm getting another one. Vacuum fell over. I hope this family, and, well, because I come here often, I will also enjoy it, the Dyson. Which, of course, I like to vacuum with a little bit better because, you know, better suction. And, honestly, it's better to maneuver. Whereas the Rapid Clean Pro, not so much. Then again, you got this style brush versus this brush. You can also tell that, of course, this was designed for anti-hair wrap. This video is taking too long, but yeah. Goodbye.